The laughter cut through me like broken glass. My sister-in-law's voice, sharp and theatrical. My mother-in-law's cackle. My husband's silence, the kind that said, "I agree, but I won't say it out loud." They were talking about me, at the dinner table, like I wasn't sitting right there. "She doesn't even work," Jessica said, pushing her wine glass in lazy circles. "Just sits at home all day. What does she even do?" I kept my eyes on my plate, counted the seconds. 1, 2, 3. My husband, Daniel, shifted in his seat. He didn't look at me. He never did anymore. She takes care of the house," he said weakly. Jessica snorted. "A maid could do that. What a waste." The word landed heavy. Waste. I felt the familiar ache behind my ribs, the tightness in my throat. I was used to this. 5 years of marriage had taught me to endure. But tonight was different, because tonight I had a secret. It started 3 months ago. Daniel's credit card statement came to my email by mistake. A hotel, Tuesdays and Thursdays, same location. I said nothing. I watched him, the way he checked his phone, the way he showered twice before bed, the way he looked at me like I was furniture. Jessica visited more often, always dressed too carefully, always smiling at him too long. I knew. I'd known for weeks, but knowledge without proof is just paranoia, and I wasn't going to give them the satisfaction of looking crazy. So I hired someone, a private investigator, paid cash, kept everything quiet. The photos came back last week. Daniel, Jessica, the hotel, the same room, every Tuesday and Thursday for 4 months. My sister-in-law, my husband. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I printed the photos, put them in an envelope, and I waited. At the table, Jessica leaned forward, eyes bright with cruelty. "Honestly, Daniel, you should have married someone with ambition, someone who contributes." My mother-in-law nodded. "A woman should bring something to the table, not just be a burden." I set my fork down, slowly. Daniel finally looked at me. His expression was guilty, but not enough to stop them. "I'm sorry," he mumbled. "They don't mean—" "Oh, I mean it," Jessica interrupted, smiling. "You could have done so much better." I met her eyes, held them. She faltered, just for a second. Then the doorbell rang. I stood, smooth, calm. "I'll get it." No one stopped me. I walked to the door, my heartbeat steady, controlled. When I opened it, my assistant stood there, clipboard in hand, professional smile in place. Emma had been working with me for 6 weeks. No one in this house knew. Why would they? They never asked what I did during the day. "Good evening, Madam Secretary," she said, her voice clear and formal. I stepped aside, let her in. Behind me, the dining room went silent. Emma walked past me into the room, heels clicking on hardwood. "Apologies for the interruption," she said smoothly, "but the briefing documents for tomorrow's committee meeting need your signature tonight. The minister's office requested confirmation by 9 p.m. I didn't turn around. I didn't need to. I could feel the air shift. Jessica's fork clattered against her plate. "Wait, secretary?" she said. I finally turned, looked at Daniel, at his mother, at Jessica. Their faces were frozen, confused, shaken. "Yes," I said quietly. "I was appointed Deputy Secretary of Economic Affairs 2 months ago. It's been in the news. You would have seen it, if any of you had bothered to ask what I do." Daniel's mouth opened, closed. You didn't tell me." I smiled, cold, thin. "You didn't ask." Emma placed the folder on the table. I signed 3 documents without sitting down. "Also," she continued, "your 8 a.m. with the governor is confirmed, and the press interview about the new trade policy has been moved to Thursday." Jessica looked like she'd been slapped. You're a government secretary?" "Deputy secretary," I corrected, "for now." I handed the folder back to Emma. She nodded and left. The silence that followed was exquisite. My mother-in-law's face had gone pale. Jessica stared at her wine glass like it might save her. Daniel just sat there, useless. I reached into my bag, pulled out the envelope, set it on the table in front of him. "What's this?" he whispered. "Open it." He did. I watched his face drain of color, watched his hands start to shake. Jessica leaned over, saw the photos. Her gasp was small, wounded. "Where did you—" "It doesn't matter," I said. "What matters is that I know. I've always known. And I've been planning." I turned to my mother-in-law. "You called me a burden, a waste." I let the words settle. "I make more in a month than your son makes in 6. I've been supporting this household since I started, quietly, because I wanted peace." I looked at Jessica. "And you, sleeping with my husband, in my bed, laughing at me, thinking I was too stupid to notice?" Her lip trembled. "I'm sorry." "No, you're not. Not yet." I picked up my coat. "I filed for divorce. The papers will be served tomorrow. I'm keeping the house. It's in my name. Daniel's lawyer will explain the rest." Daniel stood, reached for me. "Wait, please, we can talk about this." I stepped back. "There's nothing to talk about. You made your choice." I walked to the door, stopped, turned one last time. "By the way," I said softly, "I've already briefed my legal team. And Jessica, your husband might want to check his email." Her face went white. I smiled. "Enjoy your dinner." I closed the door behind me. The night air was cold, clean. I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel angry. I felt free. They thought I was nothing. They laughed while I bled in silence. But I wasn't the fool. I was the one who walked away. And they were the ones left choking on their own cruelty. I got in my car, started the engine, and I never looked back.